Let's get more reaction to that story. We want to speak to Professor Kholofelo Rakubu. She is a criminologist from the University of, the Tshwane University of Technology, rather, and she joins us now live. Prof, I'm just going to ask you to switch on your video for us so that we can see your face. Because our interview, we just want to be able to see you while you answer the questions. There you are. Thank you very much, Prof, for your time here on eNCA. So just first of all, hearing about all these arrests that have been made, I think one important question that my colleague Heidi Jokos actually posed to General Libya was the fact that, when it comes to procurement issues, most of the people who have been arrested are government officials, the same government officials who are supposed to be strong enough not to allow themselves to, fall victims to the enablers, who in this instance would be the private sector, right?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and good day to the viewers. Indeed, people that are supposed to ensure safety, people that are supposed to comply are committing crime. And the very same thing, we can even go to the DPCI itself, the people that are supposed to investigate. There's corruption within the unit as well. Now, with the public sector, yes, I saw on the report, there are multiple cases where now there were arrests of municipal managers. There's money laundering. Now it just shows the magnitude of corruption within the country. And on the report, it shows that corruption remains steady. Corruption remains very high. Corruption is still prevalent in South Africa. And now this takes us to reflect on, are we able to even deal with issues of corruption? It's our law enforcement, particularly the unit, capable of dealing with corruption, because now those that are mandated, those that are given responsibilities to ensure that South Africa is in safe hands, are the ones committing crime. Those that are tasked with to take responsibility with the financial muscles of the country are the one dealing with stealing from South Africa. So with all these arrests that have been made, we're just hoping. However, when there's no political will, why should we now question the high rate of money laundering, the high rate of public officials that have been arrested? Because this shows lack of political will. And while others are being arrested, others are still continuing to steal. Why can't our government reflect on the loopholes within its own system to see why, where and how do we get it wrong? Why is it that people, though it's publicized on which manager, which project is questioned and where and how, but still people don't even find it as a deterrence to even refrain from corruption? This is a link. It's a link from public sector and then law enforcers that are supposed to arrest, that are supposed to thoroughly investigate. They don't do their job. If you check how and when.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, sorry about that. I think because you're outside, there's network issues. So just to come in there, part of criminology is also to be able to investigate and try to find the motive and reason why someone, did what they did. When it comes to these government officials and the corruption that we see, 1.8 billion rand associated to COVID-19, PPE, and, scandals there or corruption there. That was just a period of 2 years, and already 1.8 billion rand, according to the Hawk's Head, was stolen. So in terms of motive, despite the shallow motives that we can discuss for a very long time, you and I, greed, just wanting all the money to yourself, what else really could be motivating these government officials to fall prey to corruption in this way?
Besides vulnerability of our resources, another issue that gives room for corruption, it's the processes in the investigation. It's the silence of policies. It's the nature of punishment. Because remember, they calculate, they analyze repercussions. And you find that one manager is given power, access, issues of access. And other criminologists will come in and talk about low wages and political deployment. And remember, the culture of political deployment is self-fulfillment. So some, and mostly that are in offices, since we are living in a political country, self-fulfillment and lack of political will. Should there be political will? Yeah, should there be political will? I guess the repercussions could have been way too harsher for one to even think of stealing. So since our brothers and sisters have done it before and they are still in offices, why can't I do it? Some are still in offices. Some are even still being protected by their own political parties. So why not me? Because the minute we talk about corruption, you'll say, no, this is just the so-and-so's cabal trying to implicate me. I did not do it.
Exactly.
Then the masses will support you because that is the culture and it has happened before.
Yeah, and so we just see repetition. But let's try to be positive, Prof, maybe just a little bit, you and I. We've been despondent throughout this particular interview. I mean, let's give the Hawks the message of support that I assume they need, because at least besides the fact that we're seeing this, and it's very scary statistics to find 246 cases in one quarter alone, just 3 months alone, 246 cases being investigated by the Hawks, 117 of those accused secured before the court, etc. But at least we can say the Hawks are working, that we do have a body besides our intelligence always being in question in South Africa. At least the Hawks are at work.
Yeah, true. The Hawks are at work. And what gives us comfort as criminologists, for example, is that the Lieutenant General Libya, it's an academic that researches extensively on issues of organized crime, for example. He's well equipped with knowledge. And with these successes, we now get to understand that he really researched, and he's in touch with academics and fellow researchers with regard to best practices. So we applaud him for the job well done. There's so much positivity, yes, and it gives us hope. So today's stats, at least, we know as a community that should you be involved in corruption, Libya is coming. And he's capable. So, and again, today's report also shows that some of the long-standing issues within the unit have been attended to. Remember, they also had issues with corruption they've dealt with, because not long ago, some were even arrested, those that were implicated in minor corruption, this and that. But he's working, and we're hoping to see, if now we are on 246, let's hope we'll be on 1,000 in the next reporting. Let's hope more and more. This is it's a message to criminals out there that leadership is in charge. He's really working. So we're hoping to see more and receive more. However, there's still a lot on the ground. He still has a lot to do, but we are just saying well done and proceed.